Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another G.I. Joe review. Today, we are taking a look at the dollar store exclusive Storm Shadow. As you remember, Storm Shadow was part of a wave of figures that were released to, I think they're called third tier stores, third market stores, which are basically the dollar stores, Dollar General, stuff like that. In fact, this line is usually called the Dollar General wave, since that's where most of the figures were found. This particular version of Storm Shadow is based on his early 90s Ninja Force appearance. Due to the limited budget, as you can see, he doesn't include the white pattern down the front like Snow that the figure had. It was in the 3 3/4 inch form, but there's also a 12-inch version. Um, I have to be very honest with you, I'm not really a big fan of this figure, and a lot of that has to do with the hands. As you can see, he does come with a nice amount of accessories for this range. Compound bow, which I do believe the original figure came with, maybe a slightly different design, and one of their newer style katana swords, which is great because I prefer this design as the handle tends to be a little wider and easier to grip. Now, like I mentioned, my issue with this figure comes with the hands. And in removing the accessories, which I'm really not going to show off because we have seen them before, but there's the sword, and there's the compound bow. I think been around since the 25th anniversary. The packaging of this figure, unfortunately, had one of the biggest flaws any type of figure could have. The weapon, in this case the sword, was rubber banded into his hand, basically making this right hand right here completely unusable. Now, yes, I was able to get the compound bow in there, but it wasn't really gripping, it was more balancing. As you can see, and to be honest, I don't even know if this was because of the rubber banding or this is a quality issue, the inside of the hand looks like just mangled plastic. The outside looks very well. I do believe these hands came from the Renegade Storm Shadow, where a lot of this figure is based off of. I thought it was a complete repaint, but it's not. And yeah, I could have sworn these figures were supposed to be separated. Realistically, they're not melted together. This hand is a little bit better. As you can see, it has the space between the knuckles. So if you have some extra ninja weapons, like size or something like that, you can slide it on in there for some ninja action, poses and stuff. This hand does grip a little bit better, but still not as well as I would like. And for me, that's actually a very bad flaw. The hood here is removable, but it's kind of a pain to get off, and really, why would you? It's part of the aesthetic of the figure. The figure does have a full ball-jointed head, and the hood does not affect it. In fact, it's a very expressive ball joint, so you can get the whole, hey, what's going on? What are you talking about? Type of thing going on. Pin and socket shoulders, 90-degree bend at the elbow. The molding of the outfit almost affects it, but not too bad. Rotation at the bicep, as you just saw. This hand features the up and down wrist movement, as well as swiveling on a peg. That's why I was having it hold the sword. This hand has the in and out movement, and the same elbow and shoulder articulation. There is a ab crunch, which is okay, not wonderful. You can also have him rotate. No ninja kicking action, so I know some of you will be quite happy about that. And of course, ball jointed hips, double jointed knees with full 90-degree bend plus. And the ankles, I thought, we would get the rocker ankle joint, but we don't. It's your basic pin and swivel ankles with rotation. All in all, this is a nice figure, but the issues with the hands really do bring it down a little for me. And because of that, I'm not sure I can recommend it. Especially when you consider that since this figure's released, there's been a much better version of the Wave 1 Storm Shadow using that Renegade's tooling that I think is light years beyond. So, with that being said, this is a pass, like to restate. Um, as you all know, the Wave did have a running change, And basically, this figure was repainted with more of a brown tone where the white is. And that is actually based on another Ninja Force figure called T-Bang. If I'm hope I'm saying that right, it's like Tjibang or something like that. There's apostrophes in the name. It's very confusing. But if you're a fan, you've probably already gotten one. Knowing most people, you've probably already gotten like several dozen because Joe collectors, hoarders, one and the same. I kid. But if you're on the fence, don't bother picking it up. If you really need to buy a figure, get another one of those great Cobra Troopers. This is your old pal Chuck for Storm Shadow. We'll see you next time.